This is a continuation of a discussion with Ohio 1998 and Spear Crotalis. We were talking briefly about the free market and how y'all are very much for a free market, and who isn't. But what truly is a free market? I mean, if we're talking about pure Austrian economics, then we're talking about true 100% laissez-faire, and the companies get to duke it out. And when the companies get to duke it out in a pure hands-off policy, let's see, let me find my little pointer. You don't have to deal with this sort of thing. Copyrights, intellectual properties, patents. Am I for patents? Yes. Am I for copyrights? Most definitely. But this whole lifetime copyrights and these patents getting renewed over and over and over again ends up giving companies teeth, so to speak, in a way that they wouldn't have otherwise. So what ends up being the case is, on the one hand, you have people talking about deregulation, then on the other hand, you have people talking about additional regulation. Where I have a problem with deregulation is, how far do we go before we have 5-year-olds back in the coal mines? And what I have a problem with additional regulation is, how many more businesses are we going to shoo out of our country? What would be good would be to maybe find a way to find a backside of the balancing out the teeth that's given to companies to counteract intellectual property rights, and give it a chance. Because if say Johnson & Johnson innovates a Band-Aid that all of a sudden you can pull off of your skin without it ever pulling the hairs or whatever, and everybody buys it, who else is going to be able to make a Band-Aid like that? Then they're going to be voting with their dollars, just like what you were saying, Ohio. And the result, though, the result of what we're doing right now has been something that Erlon correctly referred to as a new mercantilism. Almost like these corporations, they corner an idea and they muscle that idea around, and nobody else can contend that idea. Nobody else can even make a product even resembling their idea, and it's just flat out an intellectual monopoly. But now what I found in some of the arguments is, how can you have a patent on intellectual property? How do you know for sure? Like, one guy makes a wheelbarrow right across the street. Well, okay, I've patented my wheelbarrow. So I'm not going to be able to make my own wheelbarrow from my own devices and schemes? Just some thoughts. Naturally, I don't necessarily have the solution, because it's got a bunch of sides to it, but I just wanted to shed a little bit more light.